Hi guys, welcome back to another video and welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna and today we are having another little chat with the crew because we need to catch up a little bit after all this time. So if you missed the previous one, just go and check the link that I left on the description of this video and give your like, and don't forget to subscribe because my next one will be on a different location and I'm pretty sure you're gonna love it. Today we have someone that loves adventure, okay? She belongs to one of the most dynamic departments on board, at least in my opinion, and she comes from the little magic place as Disney.
Right. Hi everybody, my name is Erica. I'm currently in Orlando, Florida, and previously on board I was a shore excursions manager.
Until you reach destinations manager, how was your journey until you get to that position? Did you always knew, okay, I want to go to destinations, or it just came up to you like?
I first joined the cruise line because I wanted to travel, and after working in guest services for 2 years, or actually about a year and a half, no, I guess it was like 2 years. Anywho, I decided that that is the best opportunity to see the most. I know that there's other positions that they have a lot of time off, but if you really want to go and physically do something really exciting in the country, Destinations specifically focuses on the thing to see. So I just knew I had to be in that department. Lame. No. Rephrasing this.
During these 4 years that you've been working on board, can you tell us like the top of your memorable experiences? It can be either shoreside or on the ship. The one that now thinking about it, you still say, whoa, this.
Yeah, sure. So my favorite memory of all time is definitely when we were in Alaska. We were just about to go into Seward, which is as north as you get, and the Northern Lights, it worked out. It was 3 o'clock in the morning and we were all running up to the deck and the lights were literally dancing. It was absolutely beautiful. We saw greens and blues and purples. Wow. It was amazing. So that was my favorite moment. Season, we didn't see any. This was 2 years ago that we saw them. I mean, sometimes you can see them really faint, but it was the most stunning, spectacular light show I've ever seen.
Almost a year later, can you remember the last port that you were, the last port that you were on the ship? So,
do you mean like regular port with guests, or do you mean like Singapore when we had those 2 weeks?
The last memory you have shoreside before we disembarked the ship.
Yeah, I think that we went out. So we were in Singapore. We were kind of like in a wet dock for 2 weeks, and we went out to Sentosa Island, which is an island just off of Singapore, not too far away. And I mean, geez, we just spent so much time in Singapore. We went to the Gardens by the Bay. We went to Universal Studios. We went to the beach. I think the last thing I did was going to the beach, and it was just, oh, Singapore is such a treat.
Like, talking about Singapore, what do you think in general of this city? Because we have a couple of weeks to explore a little bit Singapore, and as destinations manager, what would you say about Singapore? How would you describe it?
Singapore, it's a very kind of cosmopolitan type city. It's not like the rest of rural Asia, like where we were in Vietnam and you'd saw a lot of villages. Singapore itself is quite built up. They have a beautiful airport, which I actually went and toured. Obviously I wasn't flying out, but the airport alone is an attraction worth seeing. But they just have so much history, so much culture. The street food was amazing. Yeah, it's a really, really great place to go and visit.
Now that you're back home, I really want to know more about Project Life then. That's such of a nice thing to do. So it's a lot of people, we have a lot of people that they dream to do something like this, but they end up never doing it, and you did. So when did you realize that you wanted to do this? How
It was probably about two years ago. I said, Okay, I saw
Yeah.
something online about van life. I said that sounds so interesting, and not you can't do the whole van life thing if you have a normal job. It just doesn't work. But with cruise lines, obviously we have the
Hmm.
2 months off. That'd be ideal to travel. And at the time, I didn't have a vehicle. I had been kind of borrowing vehicles in my family for like the previous
Yeah.
couple of years. Just worked out that way. But this time I needed my own car. So I said it's now or never. I bought a van and I converted it with my dad, and it's been about a year since I've had the van, and it's been so special just to have that ability to get in and go.
Because you made something out of a simple white van to something like,
The
yeah,
camper
and there's
van,
something like
literally, it's a
cute,
cargo
and
van.
it's
There's
such a
nothing in it.
beautiful on the inside. It's cute, it's comfy.
I mean, mine is definitely a simple build. I don't have like electric
Yeah.
hooked up or anything like that. They have some really, really cool vans out there, but for me, I'm not so high maintenance when it comes to that kind of thing. So mine's very simple, but it was perfect for
And it
me.
has your touch in every single detail, so that's perfect. When did you start this project? How long did it take for you to refurb the whole van? So was that it took too long?
It took about 1 month of just
Wow.
continual building and work that went into
Yeah.
it. Um, and then my dad helped. He did a couple of things while I was on the ship on my last
Hmm.
contract. He helped me a lot with it. I'm crafty, but I'm not a builder. So he's not a builder either, but he's
Yeah.
very handy.
So how was your first trip? Did you already had it planned, or you already knew where you wanted to go, or you just decided like last minute? How was it?
Yeah, well, I had a
Yeah.
whole plan. I was planning out my vacation in the van when I was on my last contract. I did like a little tester
Hmm.
one-nighter trip, but my first big trip, it ended up the whole thing got scratched because of COVID. So I had to kind of rechange my plans. But I did do when I got back, I quarantined
Yeah.
after getting home, and then about 3 weeks after I got home, I went on a 1 month trip from
Hmm.
Florida all the way up north to South Dakota, over west. People who are not from the United States won't know any of this. There is a picture that has my little route, so maybe
Okay,
we'll
I'll try
share
to show
that.
it
But
in here.
the whole trip was it was like a month long. It was 8,000 miles, and it was amazing.
Okay.
There is one thing that they're
Yeah.
doing that I find very nice in
Hmm.
Orlando. So I've been volunteering since I have all this extra time, because 40 hours a week, that's nothing when you're used to working 70, 80 hours a week on the ship. So I've been volunteering for this organization called Give Kids the World.
Oh,
Essentially,
that's
what they do is
nice.
they will give critically ill children like a whole week free. They'll go to Disney, they'll go to Universal, and they stay at this
Yeah.
magical village. But because of COVID, their village is closed. Kids, they can't travel
Yeah.
if they're ill. So they've opened it up to the public, and there is 3 million Christmas lights that they've decorated throughout their village. So I've been going, once or twice a week to
Yeah.
volunteer and just kind of help crowd control and things like that. But it's like I think one of the newspapers was saying it's like the number one thing to do Christmas activity in
Yeah.
Orlando for this month, or when they post
Mm.
that article. So
Yeah.
that's something that, giving back, we have this free time, and it's the holiday spirit. So that's the one thing that we haven't had in the past here for Christmas that's made it feel a little bit more magical.
So, are you the kind of person that thinks a lot about when are we back? When we will be back to business? Oh my God, is that in date? Or you just like not thinking about that at all? Just like it is what it is. Let's see how it goes. How?
It's kind of, you know what, to be honest, it varies day by day. Some days I'm just, go with the flow. I'm so happy, I'm lucky to have a job. But there's other days where I'm really, thinking, when can we
Yeah.
go back? I've gone on the websites and seen, okay, this cruise is starting, then what are my chances of being on it for
Just like
that? Like, who hasn't? If you really
True.
love life at sea, that's going to be you. And, so I'm hopeful. I know that we'll get back to
Hmm.
sailing. Don't know exactly when, but I'm trying to plan my whole life here in Florida
Yeah.
around that too. I do want to get another van trip in before going back.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know when that's going to be, but I hope it's sometime soon, because, who doesn't want to get back to a little bit
Sure.
normal?
Well, keep us posted because we thank you for that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I just probably not for a couple months.
Okay.
Oh, I haven't actually thought about crew drill at all.
Gosh.
I don't think anyone's going to complain when you
Yeah,
get back. You just can't. Because if you complain, you know that there's 10 other people who are waiting for your spot that
true.
won't complain. So it'll be
When
interesting.
you think of on your life at sea, what do you miss the most? I have to ask you this because everybody has something different, so that's amazing. So, what do you miss the most when you think on your life on board, and now that we cannot be there?
I miss I miss just going to somewhere new every day. Okay, there's two things. I miss having my friend group right there with me and everyone
Yeah.
understands, it's the go, go,
Mm-hmm.
go lifestyle. I feel like life
Yeah.
is really slowed down here. But essentially, the reason I went to ships was to travel. So I do miss that aspect because I just feel very kind of trapped here. Sometimes I feel like, do you ever feel like you can't breathe because you're stuck? Like I feel stuck, but not on the ships.
So, with 2020 almost finishing, what is the biggest lesson that you're taking with you? What are you taking with you from this year?
Um, I would say you can't control anything, but you can control how you react to it. So, you know, who planned for COVID? Nobody planned for COVID. And it just kind of comes down to how you make the most of your time. You can sulk about it, you can sit at home and not prosper, not fulfill yourself, or you can go out and try something new. So I think that's definitely, I've tried a lot of new things. I've had a lot of time to try new things. So
That's
yeah.
what I want to talk about, trying new things. Girl, I'm so impressed with your ability to actually to draw and actually art in general because I saw a few things of you as well while we were on board. So the last painting that you showed us, that was beautiful. Like you drew yourself and then yeah, that's
I don't know if you
that's
can
the
see it on the
one.
screen. That's like
Yeah,
behind
that's
me,
the
my little
one. True,
painting.
was that one? Man, that's beautiful. That's such of a nice painting.
I like to paint. I like to draw. Just something I didn't have time to do before, and I don't know. I've been kind of picked it back up. So yeah, I don't have any training or anything, but anyone can try it. The more you practice, the better you get. That's what it comes down to.
This is something that actually I really like in you because you are so like easygoing, everything is fine, but when you're doing something, it works really well, you know? And like we need to appreciate people like this. That's such of a nice way to see the thing. So thank you very much. We got to the end of this little conversation.
Thank you very much, Anna.
Thank you for being here with me. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you soon, and we can talk.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas, a very, very happy New Year, and I wish you all the best.
Yes, I hope
Yeah.
so too. Thank you, Anna.
Bye. Bye.